Hello everybody, this is Zoo, and this is part 10 of Knuckles the Echidna in Sonic 2. Part 10. This should be the final part because this is the final zone. The Death Egg Zone. Basically two bosses back to back, like I said with Sonic. And like I said with Sonic, I'm going to use the cheapo tactic on Silver Sonic here of Knuckles. Here, and also made you listen to the horrible music on Sonic's run. I'm not going to make you do that here. If you want to listen to if you're curious what the Death Egg music sounds like, let's go to Sonic's run. On Sonic's run, I let the Silver Sonic go through a whole battle loop, attack loop. With Knuckles, I'm just going to use the cheapo tactic. This is the cheapo tactic. There. 14 seconds. Not bad. I say. For some reason, Robotnik runs faster than Knuckles, too. What sort of black magic is this? He runs faster both Sonic and Knuckles. And the Death Egg Robot. Now this is going to be a bit harder of Knuckles because of his lower jumps. This is the part where his lower jumps will kill you, probably. See, at this point, he barely gets high enough to hit Robotnik there. Barely. Just barely. Barely clears it. Your jumps have to be pixel perfect pretty much. If you're one pixel too low, you'll hit his arm and die. The only really safe one is where he comes down after landing. That's the only time where you're safe of Knuckles. I'm taking a bunch of risk here because, yeah, I'm taking a lot of risk here. Since he can't jump high. There. Yeah, jump up, you big fatty. Robotnik. Even though Knuckles has a handicap, he will beat you. Yes. Now I'm going to play it safer now. I got 6 hits. This will be, so yeah, Knuckles will drag on a little longer at the Death Egg Robot. I'm going to play it a bit more safely here of Knuckles. I'm not going to hit him on the ascend. I'm going to hit him both times he comes down. Because that's pretty much, you're guaranteed, you're sure to avoid the spikes that way. If I had more rings, I may have been more daring, but as is, I'm going to play it safe. That's the only time you're going to be absolutely safe with Knuckles. If you hit him, try to hit him at any other time, you're gambling, as if you're going to get it just enough height to get up there. It's a gamble. I think we've done enough of that in Casino Night already. Again, the supersized 12 hits until he dies. You're gonna get him 12 times. That's 10. One more loop of this should work. Knuckles, if you only jumped higher. Oh, well, there's always a workaround for Knuckles, at least. That'll come to show in Sonic 3 and Knuckles when we do Sonic 3 and Knuckles. That'll be next, by the way, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I'll do both Sonic and Knuckles simultaneously as I'm doing here with Sonic 2. And like I said, Tails will be at a point afterwards, and we're done. And for some reason, the station starts to blow up again, and Knuckles goes out. Since he can glide gently to a stop anyway. And the cutscene again. Tails is concerned for Knuckles. And Tails is kind of hilarious though. And he just falls forever because this cutscene doesn't play out. He just keeps falling. About a minute or two later, he finally goes. Sonic catches him. But yeah. And he also shows his crotch at you when he jumps up to you, for some reason. Here's Super Knuckles. He can't really fly like Super Sonic can, so he has to land on the wings. Super Knuckles. Yeah. Look at him flash. Hal Jordan. No, that's Green Lantern. I forget the Flash's name. I wasn't much of a comic superhero guy anyway. I want to get into the Sonic comics, though. I've always wanted to. Never tried. Yeah. And Fist Pump. Yeah. I always wanted to get into the Sonic comics, though. Never haven't read them one, though. Unless you count the digital ones in Sonic Mega Collection, this 48-page special they included. I read that one. I want to get to Sonic comics. Metropolis, though. Then the medley of Sonic music from this Sonic game. The medley. Gotta have the medley. Yep. The older issues are going to be probably hard to find. I guess that's what the Sonic archives are for. Yeah. I've never really watched the Saturday morning Sonic either. The Saturday morning cartoon Sonic back in 1993 or whatever. It's on Netflix. I should get around to watching that. I really only focused on the game side of Sonic. I haven't really been over the other stuff, merchandise, cartoons, comics, not that much. I've always wanted to, though. Saturday Morning Sonic and Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic Underground, I believe, are all on Netflix. Get around to that. Sonic X is showing every Saturday on my network, on one of my stations at least. They show it every Saturday. Go there. Even though Saturday Morning Sonic is the only really good one, I still want to watch them all. I like the rest in a sort of cheesy, campy way. Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog is just so dang cheesy. Yeah, should sometimes. The comics, I have no idea. Some of the game characters I like only continue on through comics. Mighty the Armadillo, Ray the Flying Squirrel, and others. Some of them don't even get treatment in the comics either. Well, Mecha Sonic and Mecha Knuckles and Tails doll, kinda, in the comics as well. Some of them don't even get any treatment in the comics as well. Remember Shade the Echidna from Sonic Chronicles and Dark Brotherhood? Point, see if you remember Shade the Echidna. Yeah. Also the crew from Sonic the Fighters as well. Bean the Dynamite and Bark the Polar Bear. Yeah. And Fang the Sniper, or Nick the Weasel from Triple Trouble and Sonic the Fighters. Not really a whole lot as well. And the blurry title you can't see. But yeah. Just ranting on stuff. So yeah, that's the end of the game. So loop back to the opening. So yep, this has been Knuckles, the Echidna, and Sonic 2. Hope you enjoyed this. Next time will be Sonic 3 and Knuckles. So Sonic 3 and Knuckles, so both Sonic and Knuckles. Yeah, I know I'm skipping Sonic CD even though it's next in chronological order, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to do Sonic 3 and Knuckles next with both Sonic and Knuckles, and I'm going to do Sonic 4. And both Episode 1 and Episode 2, because it's 3-4. I'll do Sonic CD after the 4 saga. Like I said, I'm going to make 4 Episode 2 a co-op LP, if you're interested. I already got one person signed up, so you'll be after that person. I might switch off between zones. I don't know. Yeah, it was just me rambling. You probably stopped caring by now anyway. Anyway, see you next time on Sonic 3 and Knuckles. This has been That Zoo production. Brought to you by Sega.